Outlander fans, I'm Rob Licuria. I'm here with Amanda Spears once again to talk about Outlander Season 3. We've just seen episode 11. Amanda, first thoughts about episode 11, Uncharted.
It was like Claire from Outlander does Castaway, like minus the volleyball.
Yeah, I
So it
think
was
that's
really
right.
kind of cool. And I'm thinking, I'm trying to think what her Emmy episode tape would be. And this would definitely be in the running, I think, as far as like
Yeah,
a good, maybe possible one, but maybe the Brianna would be better
you're right.
from episode
Um,
5.
like this one does focus a lot on her character, and it's a physical episode, and it's Claire is suffering. Yeah, I think that's a good call. This one's definitely in the running. And in fact, I would say about the episode generally, as my first reaction, after a few episodes now of me being a little bit impatient and slightly like not bored, but just waiting for something major to happen after the print shop, this episode brought me back on track to some extent. So that's a good thing, I guess, because I found it really interesting. So look, before we go on, let me just give everybody the rundown of what the synopsis from the network is. After making a leap of faith, Claire washes up on a seemingly deserted island where survival is her only option. Navigating treacherous waters has crippled the Artemis. Is that how you say it? I think it is. Artemis, sorry. So Jamie devises a joyful moment for his crew in the midst of devastating setbacks. This was written by Karen Campbell and Shannon Goss and directed by Charlotte Brändström. So, yeah, I think, it was like an indie experimental art house and Outlander with not a lot of dialogue apart from the narration for the first chunk of it. And I really liked that. I thought it was really cool. Just something different for the show. What did you think of that aspect?
Yeah, it was kind of like a different outside the box episode where she's like stranded on a deserted island and trying to figure everything out. And man, she
Yeah,
is a smart person.
she is a tough cookie. There were ants, snakes, hideous leg sores,
Oh,
dehydration, crickets in the background. The elements were against her. That was the antagonist this episode. And once again, Claire, she is a modern woman of the world, and she kind of overcame that. And then as the episode, pardon me, progressed, it kind of moved away from that as part of the story. But I loved the first part of this episode. I thought it was really different, and I've got to say, beautifully shot. I want to give a shout out
mhm.
to the cinematographer and the team behind the beautiful photography of this episode, especially when she's in the water and she's washing up on the shore. I was just gobsmacked. It was beautifully done, and this could be in the running for awards attention if they submit it.
Yeah, they had some luck last season with getting it at the Cinematography Guild because obviously, they break it down a lot more by episodes or not by episodes, excuse me, but how they break down the categories.
Yeah,
But I'm just going to pull up the name really quickly. Pardon me. When the minute I heard that, I'm like, yes,
I
I
know.
was thinking the same thing. And then I forgot to
Yeah,
refresh my
I
screen. So
had
one
IMDb
moment.
open earlier, and I could not actually. They don't have it listed, so that kind of disappoints me. So
We are a week ahead. So yeah.
true that. That's true. So that's probably why it's not on there yet. But I got it. Yeah, I really. So while you're looking, I'll just keep talking. I think the cinematography was amazing. The sound was really excellent as well, and yeah, I was really immersed in it, and that doesn't happen very often because I'm a pretty cynical kind of person, and I find it difficult to suspend disbelief and kind of go with it. It has to really, really immerse me, and this one did. And a lot of that is testament to Katrina Balfe's performance. She was amazing in that. So yeah, I really liked that whole aspect. But then as we're moving away from the first part of this episode, and it becomes more narrative, to try to propel the story forward. I noticed that the old lady, when she first arrives, notices her corset has a zipper and not like buttons or laces, and so where is that going to lead? Have you got any clues about, was that just like a little touch to show that Claire perhaps wasn't thinking it completely through when she went back in time with a corset that has a zipper?
Well, I'm just glad she didn't stand like another witch trial, because these were very religious people.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think like a zipper might be something she's able to talk herself out of. I think it was the second episode of the first season where, that woman made her strip and saw her in her like modern bra, and she's like, "It's French," and that was just like, well, that's not going to work. That she was able to just kind of get them to go, okay, clearly wherever these people are. I mean, they are on a desert island, so I think she would probably be able to talk circles around them as far as telling a good lie. She's pretty decent at that.
She's had a lot of practice and to try to talk her way out of situations. So look, with Uncharted, it really then becomes towards the end an episode about Fergus and Marcelly getting hitched, and that was all really lovely. Any thoughts about the marriage?
It was the most sarcastic wedding I've ever seen, which was nice for a change since we had to watch the vows. But I just loved Jamie and Claire just kind of snuggling off in the corner and happily watching. That was cute.
Yeah. I think relationship lovers from this show, the shippers, would have really enjoyed the Jamie Claire stuff, because there was a bit of frolicking and, yeah. I'm just getting this from the reactions of my wife, who I watched this with, and she was really, really interested in that part of it and loved it. And by the end of the episode, she was clapping, saying, "Oh, that was a wonderful episode. I loved it." So I think
I did like drunk Claire. That was kind of funny because we've never seen her that wasted before, I guess. So that was kind of cute.
Yeah, exactly. And then one other thing that I really liked was this aspect of Jamie and his role as father. It's something that I think this is a thematic thread throughout the whole series. I'm just going to try to get a little deep now. And it's something that I, as a father, really respond to. So he had to leave William behind, and obviously he never got to meet Brianna, and Faith died. And this is kind of his chance now with Fergus to take on that paternal role, and I love that. I think that's a really interesting. We're not bashed over the head with that theme. We're just given this sense that that's what Jamie is all about deep down, and Sam Heughan, perfect. He really just sells it in a lovely way, and I really, really respond to that storyline. What do you think of that aspect?
I'm wondering, and I kept thinking about this when I watched it, when we asked for those 3 words from Katrina. I wonder if Claire's pregnant in the season finale. I mean, I'm not going to go on Wikipedia and look up the book series to see what happens, but I'm wondering if New Beginnings could potentially be new baby. We'll find out soon.
New beginnings. Good point. Because remember, the 3 words that Katrina gave us were new beginnings, big wave, and the Bakra. And I think the next episode is called the Bakra. So we're going to get to the bottom of that. Big wave, probably what she's washed up ashore on, I guess. I don't know.
Or a tsunami or something.
And then new beginnings. Good point. Yeah, so all the book readers are probably thinking, "Oh, you guys are idiots. Of course it's not that," or "Of course it is." I don't know.
No spoilers in the comments.
Spoilers. Remember, we don't know. Yeah, so there's plenty to look forward to. This is episode 311, so I'm assuming there are 3 more to go. 11, 12, 13. No, there's only 2 more to go. The Bakra and whatever the finale is. So I can't believe it's almost over. The Droughtlander felt like centuries, and now we've just gone straight to the end of the season.
Well, we watched 6 episodes at once, so it does feel a lot faster.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so final thoughts about Uncharted before we finish up for today.
Do we want to talk about the Golden Globes?
Oh, yeah, that's a really, really good point. So as everybody knows, Amanda and I are always championing Outlander, especially at the Globes. And, we think Katrina has a pretty good shot of everybody. She's probably the best shot for the show. But some developments happened this week. Amanda, please talk us through it.
Game of Thrones, the biggest show on television, has promoted Emilia Clarke and Kit Harington to the lead category. Which, first of all, if Kit Harington and Sam Heughan were both nominated in the same category, the internet could not. The category would be too handsome. Like,
it would be pretty crazy.
It would be too hot. I'm already like giddy at the thought of that
if there's
happening.
like a Milo Ventimiglia in there and like all that kind of thing.
Alexander Skarsgård.
It just, and then Justin Hartley from This Is Us. Like, it'll just,
I'll be
the whole
like
ballroom would just melt. Yeah, it would be too hard.
But I worry for Katrina because it's the women's the drama actress category, first of all, is far more competitive, if you ask me.
100%. No one ever agrees with that. You and I seem to be the only ones that say that, because they say that it's really open and there's plenty of people who could probably. I think it's competitive. It's going to be very hard, especially with Elizabeth Moss there. But yeah.
But at some point, they're going to honor Game of Thrones because they don't want to look like morons. So they could both get in, and she could be the one to bump Katrina out.
I think they're going to want to see Emilia Clarke on the red carpet. And this past season of Game of Thrones, which I adored, I mean, Emilia Clarke is such an integral, critical part of it. Both of them, Kit Harington.
Yeah, I think Kit Harington in that male category, because it's a little weaker, if you ask me. If he gets in, he could take that.
Yeah. So the point is, for Outlander fans, it doesn't bode well for Outlander. It's just another little obstacle to getting that nomination.
The real award to look for is if Katrina can get in at SAG, which I don't think many people are predicting, but if she gets in at the SAG Awards, look out for her Emmy nomination, because that is how Tatiana Maslany did it.
Yeah.
We weren't paying attention. For her, I mean, it would be lovely for her to get another Globe nomination.
Yeah.
But if she gets in at SAG, it's going to be an even better day for her. I think they're like 3 days apart.
Yeah, see, with Tatiana Maslany, she got the Critics' Choice win, which everybody was really surprised
2 years in a row.
Yeah. So Katrina got the Critics' Choice nomination, so it's kind of similar. Then
she won TCA and the Critics' Choice.
Yeah, she killed it.
Yeah.
But then she got that SAG nomination.
For season 3.
Yeah, and then she went on to be an Emmy juggernaut. So on a tiny little show on a network that not many people seem to watch.
And we know eventually they're going to have to out something for. I don't think it's the show as much as I don't know what Starz does campaign wise.
I don't know.
But they really should ratchet it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I hope they do what they did last time for the costumes at the Paley Center, where they just had them all displayed and everything.
Yeah.
They absolutely should be back in those categories, but it would just be nice to see a few more techs and maybe Katrina or Sam.
Yeah,
or Tobias Menzies might be their big hope. I think that if they start seeing these things go on, and I know I've been accused of being a fangirl for him, but I'm just thinking practically, guest actor is a lot easier to get into than drama actress.
Yeah.
If they push just a little bit, as much of a journeyman actor as he is, they might be able to do it.
Yeah, fingers crossed for that. But we've got plenty of time to debate that. So anyway, thank you once again, Amanda, for joining me. And everybody, please make sure you stay tuned to Gold Derby. We have plenty of Outlander coverage. As always, it's one of our favorite shows.
And our second annual Gold Derby Outlander Awards.
It's coming. So please remember to comment underneath this video and let us know what you think and what you thought of episode 311. And we'll be back next week for episode 312, The Baccarat.